Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to our monthly H.O.M.E.S press conference where we promote home ownership opportunity and the open houses that will occur this weekend. This Sunday, again from 12 to 3, we'll have a number of homes open throughout the city of Schenectady. And since its inception, our H.O.M.E.S program, Home Ownership Made Easy in Schenectady, has worked with its partners to highlight the great values and opportunities that exist in Schenectady. The Schenectady City School District was among the founding partners, and its schools offer a wide range of programs and opportunities that are often overlooked and include many which exceed those offerings in our suburban counterparts. The district has nearly 10,000 students who speak over 24 languages. Its outstanding teaching staff includes the 2012 New York State Teacher of the Year and 62 National Board Certified Teachers. That's more than any other district in the state of New York, with the exception of New York City. One of the many great things about Schenectady is its great connection to the arts. Nowhere is that connection more powerful than at Schenectady City School District's thriving in music and theater programs. The district was recently recognized as one of the best communities, and Bill Ziskin, a longtime teacher in Schenectady's high school, was nominated for Excellence in Theater and Education, a Tony Award. And it's just a small sample of the great things about Schenectady schools. It's really a tremendous asset that this community has. Now I'd like to introduce my friend and one of our partners, Larry Spring, the Superintendent of Schenectady City Schools.
Thanks, Gary. So some of the things about the Schenectady City School District that really make it, I think, a very attractive place for families to move and want to educate their kids here. Many of the things Gary already mentioned. I think it's worth repeating that we have more nationally board certified teachers than any other school district in New York State, with the exception of New York City. National board certification really is the gold standard of certification. Teachers have to go above and beyond, far above and beyond what it takes to get a state level certification. And so that demonstrates the commitment and the expertise that staff here in Schenectady have. We also have a number of programs that are just outstanding, rigorous programs that represent opportunities that kids just don't have in other districts. Mayor McCarthy talked about our outstanding fine arts program. We really have a robust program. Our students are able to put on between 4 or 5 performances, productions, full-blown productions every single year, whether that's drama or musicals. We have tremendous visual arts, performing arts, a strong dance program. All of these things are things that are very difficult to come by in other programs. We have a strong international baccalaureate program. We've had that for decades now. And International Baccalaureate is a very rigorous academic program that's internationally based. This is one step above or beyond the typical advanced placement or AP program that you would typically find in most high schools. And so students who are really trying to get into that elite Ivy League program, that Ivy League college, that differentiator is the IB program. So valedictorians who have AP credits are going to find it more difficult to get into that Ivy League program than those that have IB program credits. We also have something known as the Cisco program, and Cisco is a technology industry or networking company, and our kids can take classes and get themselves certified as Cisco network technicians, so that when they graduate high school with that certificate, they can either step into college and pursue that as a field of study, or begin working right away with that certificate. And that Cisco network certificate gets them a place in the workforce in that $40,000 to $50,000 a year range. That's pretty amazing for a high school diploma and a technical certificate. That's something that happens right here within our schools. It's also important, I think, that we talk about how it is that our schools do for our kids. And when we look at kids who come to Schenectady and stay in Schenectady, we find that those students have a graduation rate of 97%. And so students who have stable homes, students who move and stay in one place are graduating from our schools, or graduating with a high school diploma at a rate of 97%. This tells us two things, two really important things. First, it tells us that the school district does exceedingly well with students. Students who are here, students who give us the ability to instruct them, do very well and achieve at very high rates. It also tells us the importance of good housing stock in a city and how important the H.O.M.E.S program and things like it are for not just families and not just the economy, but also for students. So having the ability to be a partner with the city, to help families get into homes and help them find that stability is really an honor for us. We think that that's beneficial to those students, beneficial to those families, and ultimately beneficial to the city. And we're glad and thankful to be a partner in this endeavor. So thank you, Gary. And I'd like to now introduce one of our seniors, Alita Kirstein.
Thank you. So I have lived in Schenectady my whole life. My family moved from Florida when I was about half a year old, and we moved into the stockade. And when my family began to outgrow my house in the stockade, we had the opportunity to move anywhere we wanted. But we chose to stay in Schenectady primarily for family, but also for the education. In elementary school, I went to H.O.M.E.S, and it was one of the most wonderful schools I've ever been to. It was a very happy, very light environment, and when I moved on to middle school, we went through the change from Howe to Central Park, where I was skeptical of how that would work, but I was actually exposed to some of the best teachers I've ever met throughout my entire educational experience, whether it be in music or art or academics themselves. I really got to spark my interest in music at Central Park with my teacher, Mr. Ehrenstein, who has a very strong jazz program, which has helped me to pursue my interests in high school. Once I transitioned to Schenectady High School, I was very nervous because I was told that this is a very big school. Everyone knows the rumors about Schenectady, but I was very surprised at how very involving the teachers are and how they care about your life a lot. I was able to pursue all of my interests that I am interested in at the moment, and I'm left with nothing but good things to say about the program. One thing I was able to pursue were the arts. I have been able to go through numerous art classes in which I have become not only more globally aware, but also culturally aware, and more appreciative of my environment here, and I believe once I go off to college. Another thing I really appreciate about Schenectady is, as they said before, the theater program with Mr. Ziskin. I have been able to work on 7 shows so far backstage, and it has really taught me what it's like to be in an adult theater environment almost. We're held to very high regards, and we are expected only the best. And I think that's one of the most important opportunities you can have as a young person, to be held in such high regards, to develop as a person and as a college student eventually. And of course, the IB program is invulnerable to my education. I have started it this year as a junior and have become so much more globally aware and so much more of a critical thinker, which is such a talent to have in college, I believe. And I see my peers evolve with me into this way of thinking and being able to have this mindset that we are here with a purpose to serve not just our community, but also the world. And seeing all my peers around me turn into community-serving individuals has been amazing for me. So I think when I graduate in a year, I will be left with nothing but respect for my education, and I am very thankful to my teachers and my guidance counselors and to people who haven't even taught me, who have just stepped into my life and helped to guide me. I'm left with nothing but respect and thanks for that, and I hold my education in very high regards here at Schenectady. Thank you.
Thank you. So hopefully we'll see everyone out Sunday and tour the open houses. I also want to acknowledge John Foley, who's a member of the Board of Education, who's joining us today. Diane Wilkerson, who's the principal here at Schenectady High. And we'll see everybody on Sunday. Thank you.